Hey y'all, welcome back, or if you're new, welcome. My name's Kira Toka, and today I'm going to be making a video about being a Floridian. So, if you haven't watched any of my previous videos, I lived in Florida for 10 years, and I decided why not make a video about you're a Floridian if... Let's get started. Number 1, sandals are your go-to shoes. Actually, I can't really speak for all because I didn't really wear sandals, and a lot of people are self-conscious about their feet, so they don't wear sandals unless they're going to the beach. But a lot of people, it's a go-to. They go to the mall, they go to a wedding, they go out with their friends, they go to school with sandals, which is funny because there's a lot of schools that are like, no open toe shoes, and then Florida's just like, we got you. Number 2, mosquitoes don't even faze you. Like, yes, they're annoying, but you're just kind of like, okay. Some people are like, oh my gosh, freaking mosquitoes. Can we go inside? But if you're a Floridian, you're just like, anybody got bug spray? No? Okay. Number 3, the beach being your hangout spot, which, yes, for a lot of people, it's like teenagers, it's like the mall, but the beach, like, especially my mom would go to the beach crazy amount of times. But it's also like, because, which makes this like a number 4, there's some people like up north that are just straight up like, Christmas isn't Christmas without snow. But then you're like, okay, it doesn't even get cold until January, and if it does, like, Florida has a hiccup, and it's like, I'm gonna be cold for like 2 days, and I'm talking about like cool in the morning and then like 80 by the afternoon, and that's all you get. Christmas Eve, hitting up families like, hey, you want to go to the beach? And they're like, yeah, it's a hot day, why not? It's funny because when I got here to North Carolina, it was like September, and I walk outside and I'm like, why is it cold outside? Like, why is it cold outside? And my dad's like, because it's September. And then I was like, this is strange because Florida wasn't like this. September was still like boiling hot. But I was just like, wow, this is different. And then the 5th thing, you're a Floridian when you purposely don't even do your hair for the day, because that the moment you walk out of your house, you're just going to get this heat wave, this reality check, and then your hair, by the time you get to where you want to be, you're like, wait, let me go into the mirror and check real quick. And it's just like, and you're like, okay, ponytail it is. Anybody got a ponytail? I'm proud to be able to say I'm a Floridian, but it's kind of like people say about Hawaii. If you live in Hawaii and you get offended by this, I apologize in advance, but I've heard people say before that Hawaii is like not the greatest place to live, but more it's like just a good vacation spot. It's kind of like that with Florida. Like, other people would probably disagree that love Florida, but to me, Florida's like, yeah, it's nice to visit the beaches, but really, like, living there, it gets tiring, because I'm personally so tired of the heat that I was so excited for winter. And everyone's like, oh, when it gets super cold, let's see what you say then. But I'm like, I'm ready, dude. Bring it on, because literally last year in Florida, we had 4 days of winter where it was cool in the morning, and by the afternoon it was 80, and then after that just went back to being super hot, and it never got cold. So I moved here, and then it was still super hot. Like, the humidity wasn't crazy like it was in Florida, which is another super bad thing about Florida, but it was still very hot. And I was just like, I can't wait till winter. And now it's winter. Now you wake up and it's like 29 degrees and there's ice on my windshield, which is the first time ever I had to deal with that. I literally didn't mean to go on a side tangent, but I literally walked out to my car, got in, and was like, oh, there's water like usual. There's some, precipitation, whatever. And then clicked the windshield wiper and it made this weird noise. And I was like, is there ice on my windshield? Oh my gosh, there's ice on my windshield. And then I just get out of the car. I'm like, there's ice all over my car. And this was literally like a discovery to me. So I like run out to the bus stop where my stepmom was, because my dad was at work. I was like, what do I do? And she was like, just use that little spray thing. Just keep using the windshield wiper, because we didn't have a scraper. So I'm like, okay. So I just kept doing it, and then slowly it went away. I was just like, wow, this is a milestone. But it's just like crazy, but I just bought an ice scraper because not like we get super thick ice, but for the days we do, and then I forget because I'm not used to having to scrape off ice, and so I wait until 2 minutes before I have to leave to walk out there and try to put on all the defrost crap, and yeah, it's great. Side notes. Sweaters. Unless you are a human being that lives in Florida that likes to be prepared. I mean, besides owning a jacket, like, what even is a sweater? Like, what are those for? Because we just know tank tops and t-shirts. So I literally got to North Carolina and it was cold to me. So I had a tank top on, and then I had a long sleeve shirt, and then I had like a sweater thing, and then I had a jacket, and I started getting really hot in the second period. So I finally take off the jacket, and my teacher was like, "Is it seriously that cold to you?" And I'm like, "Girl, I lived in Florida. We do not have snowflakes. We have heat waves, okay?" But anyways, guys, thank you for clicking on this video. If you liked it, click the like button. If you like me, subscribe, comment down below. And if you're new, feel free to check out the rest of my channel where I post random things every Monday. And if you want, you can follow my Instagram at Kira_Tilka. But besides that, guys, see you next week. Peace. Hi, different location. Mainly because I keep forgetting things to put in the video. So as I came into my room, I looked up and I have this poster. That says sweet tea, the wine of the South. So I also wanted to mention, when you grow up on sweet tea, especially that homemade sweet tea, and then you go to a restaurant and they don't make it sweet enough, and you'll ask them, be honest, is the sweet tea sweet? And they'll be like, honestly, I'm from this part of the world, so I like sweet, so I don't really know. Or they'll just be like, I don't really drink sweet tea, so I don't know. So you're just like, okay, I'll just try it anyway. So then you get it and you're like, yep, nope, I'll just take a Coke. It's fine. It's just a disgrace, you know? It's just ridiculous that you can't get sweet tea around here anymore. But then shout out to those restaurants that you do go to and you take that sweet tea in and you're like, oh my gosh, yes. It's crazy because it's usually like Chinese places for me that the sweet tea is like bomb.com, and you're like, okay, I see you. Peace.